This can make or break your business. Having run my own company for almost a decade and having seen a lot of different patterns when it comes to growing and scaling your own company, I know that this is one core element that can really make or break your business, and it is alignment. What do I mean by alignment? Alignment means being clear on your purpose, mission, why, values, and vision, and making sure that the actions and behaviors in your company and your business are aligned with these values and purpose and vision. An example of them being out of alignment would be, for instance, if your vision is to make a great difference when it comes to a specific type of industry or certain type of clients, something that is really meaningful for you. Maybe you're really big on diversity and inclusion, for example, and if you are working with a client or a project, something that really is not aligned with this, where, for example, they do not value at all diversity and inclusion, and this is not at all something that is important for them, you will feel a mismatch. And this can be with the clients you're working with, but it can also be with team members. If one of your core values is honesty and transparency, and one of your team members is slightly more devious and doesn't share everything and hides a lot of information or lies, this will create a total clash. If you're not aware of how aligned you are in your business, you can ask yourself, who are the clients you find very challenging to work with? Or maybe what were some past clients that you felt were very difficult to work with? This would be an indication that something wasn't quite right. It's the same when it comes to team members. The first step to being aligned and having this great alignment in your own business is being very clear on what is your purpose, your vision, your values, because if you're not clear, how can you possibly be aligned with it because you don't know what they are? This is often more a process of uncovering what's already there and putting words to it rather than creating. There's generally already a purpose and a vision and some core values that are there behind whatever you're doing, but sometimes you might not have put key concepts or terms on them. So by having this process of uncovering, you reveal them and you're more clear. This also means that you're able to express them more clearly to stakeholders, to clients, to possible team members, to co-founders, because you have put words and concept behind these core values and the purpose and the vision. These all mean different things. The purpose is the why behind what you're doing. Think about Simon Sinek. Start with why. This is the core motivation, the core reason for your whole company to be here and what you want to achieve through that. And this is linked to your vision, where you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years. And it's a more tangible and clear vision. And the values are the types of behaviors, what directs the types of behaviors you want to put in place. For instance, if one of your values is courage, then you want to be someone taking bold and courageous actions on a regular basis. If one of your values is fun, then you want to ensure that your environment and the place you work in and the activities you do are somewhat fun. These are how you find your values. Now, to gain clarity on the purpose, the vision, the values, you do this through in-depth reflection. The purpose is really looking deeply on what's the core why behind it. And you can ask yourself or do this exercise of the 5 whys, which is each time going a layer deeper. Why is it that you want to work in this specific industry or help these people? And then you answer that, and then you ask yourself a second layer of why. And you do this 5 times, and this generally reveals something a lot deeper. In general, asking many questions to go a layer deeper can reveal a lot behind the scenes. When it comes to your vision, it's letting yourself expand, see the possibilities, see that abundance in the future, and see where you would like the company to go, combined with a bit more of a strategic approach of what would be both a realistic but also challenging and exciting goal ahead. And the vision is also co-created with time. As you build, as you grow, the vision will slightly shift, and this is normal. It's a dynamic process. When it comes to the values, there's many different ways you can uncover your values. if you're the founder and the business owner, the company values will probably be somewhat similar to your own personal values. Find your own personal values. You can do exercises such as look at some peak experiences in your life and your business and see what values they reflect. For instance, when I hosted the TEDx as MC in Gothenburg, this was a peak experience, and I realized it ticked all of my core values, which is firstly and foremost connection, in-depth, authentic connection. I had both with the audience, but also with the different speakers. Then curiosity, obviously, from learning from all the different speakers at the TEDx event and meeting all these different people. There was a lot of learning, so a lot of curiosity. And the third core value in my business and my life is courage. And obviously, setting up on the stage is always somewhat of a courageous act, and it means being slightly outside of the comfort zone. Even if you've done it X million times, it's still something that's a bit courageous. But I noticed that this peak experience of hosting this TEDx as MC in Gothenburg was linked to connection, curiosity, and courage, which are my core values. So similarly, you might want to reflect some of your peak experiences when running your own company. See what values did it tick. Was it a great moment of fun? Was it a great moment of courage? Was it a great moment of connection, an in-depth connection on authenticity? And these can highlight some of your values. Now, you can also do the opposite and look at some experiences that were somewhat challenging, maybe heavy, or trigger you. If something happens within the business and it really triggers you, it's probably going against your value. If one of your core values is integrity and someone totally lacks that congruence and maybe lies or lacks integrity or doesn't hold their promises, this might indicate that it is one of your core values. When it comes to setting the values in your company, certain values such as integrity are almost a given. Nobody wants to work with a company that lacks integrity, so it is more interesting to analyze some maybe different values that are slightly more original. We sort of take integrity for granted in the sense that a company needs to be in and of itself have a great sense of integrity, or you wouldn't want to work with them. So we're looking for something a little more spicy, a little more interesting, and that sets you apart in other ways. So this is a first step of leading your company with great alignment, which is having that clarity on the purpose, the vision, and the values. And the next step is doing an audit of everything within your business to see where's there a lack of alignment. What are certain projects, tasks, ways of working, behaviors, team members, clients, are looking at all of them and asking yourself, where's there, just you're not feeling it. It doesn't quite feel right. There's this lack of alignment. And what can you do to rectify it, which is really that third step, which is taking action. So in this second step of auditing all of them, write down all the different projects and look at which ones are not congruent and not aligned with your core values and your core vision, which obviously is a lot easier to do when these are actually written down. And this audit step also needs to be done for all future projects. When something comes in, when something is a possibility or an opportunity, is this a good match with your values, your purpose, what you believe in? And if it's not, then probably that project won't pan out as well. And this can break your business when you do work that is not aligned with your company values or your business values. This can break your business because you won't deliver as well towards this client. You might totally fail the project. It can decrease motivation. It can make people quit in the business. And all of these things can lead to stagnation, lack of growth, and even the company just shutting down because things aren't aligned. Now, flip it on its head and look at auditing future projects and taking on the ones that are super aligned, allowing space for aligned projects to come in, refusing to take on certain clients out of desperation or financial needs, but only the ones that are aligned. And then energy goes up, motivation goes up, and finances also go up as a consequence of taking aligned action. So those are really the three steps. Number one, being totally clear what is behind the business in terms of your purpose, your why, your vision and direction. Second, auditing the projects, the clients, the team members, and also the behaviors. What are some policies and rituals in the company that are part of your day-to-day, and how do they align with the core values? And that last step that I mentioned briefly, which is taking action. Once you know and you've audited your values and your vision, then what are certain projects you need to now turn down or change? And there might be a need for reorganization or shifting team members also, because actions need to follow once you've had this insight in terms of what is actually aligned and not in your company. I hope this has been useful. Leave a comment or review. I read every single one and this really helps the show. So if you want to see more episodes like these, please support us in the growth by commenting below. This means the world. Thank you for tuning in and see you in the next episode.